our attention is likely one of the most important human traits that we have, but we often don't think about it in that way. We often don't talk about it in that way. When we do talk about it, we often talk in terms of screen time and focus and productivity, but it is so much more than that. It is so much deeper than that. And today I want to share what I've learned around attention and how I look at things completely differently now and how important I think it is. Hopefully at this point, people are waking up to the fact that attention is an industry. It is an economy. It is, in fact, a $1 trillion industry that has been built on capturing our attention and selling it, from our devices to the platforms we engage in to content that gets amplified to us. It keeps us scrolling, it keeps us engaged, and it keeps platforms and companies growing their profits. And unfortunately, when it comes to things like algorithms, they don't optimize for us. You would think with tech companies and their talk about being good in the world, an algorithm would optimize for us, but it does not. It does not optimize for our own well-being. Algorithms optimize, of course, for engagement. And what drives engagement is things like outrage and fear and comparison. And so we've been told that a lot of this is our own fault, that we need to just put the phone down, use an app, meditate more, grow our own awareness of ourselves, and fight this on our own. But human beings were never designed to out-discipline a entire system that is built on extracting our attention out of us. So we've kind of been told it's a personal failing, but it's not. It is a system, just like many of the other systems out there, designed to extract from us. And so what we often talk about is we're losing our focus. We're not able to spend time on things, and it's talked about in that way. But the part that people don't talk about much is around stealing our ability to connect with one another. When our attention is stolen and fragmented, we can't be present with the people in our lives. We can't be present with ourselves. When we can't do that, we can't connect with our own self and who we are, but we also can't connect with other people. And as this cycle goes, when we can't connect, we feel alone. And that loneliness, which we know is a huge problem these days, drives us back to these platforms, which simulate connection, where we can fill that void of loneliness. And this cycle is what we call manufactured disconnection. It's a design, it's a system. And this is just one piece of a big system of manufactured disconnection that keeps us separate from each other, that keeps us disconnected, that keeps us apart. And recent stats tell us that half of adults feel disconnected and lonely each day. And that is just one stat out of many. So the thing here is that the loneliness epidemic that we hear so much about and the attention economy, they're one and the same story. They feed into each other. The thing that has really helped open my eyes on this and how I see things completely differently is around just what attention really is and how deep it goes and how important it is. And as I said, most of what we know about attention is what we've been told around focus, around how long we can spend doing one thing. But it is so much more than just focus on those other things. Attention is how we experience things. It is how we experience joy, how we experience love and beauty and the feeling of inspiration. It's how we connect with ourselves, how we understand who we are, what we feel. It is, of course, how we connect with other people. Every real moment of connection where you feel truly with another person requires attention. In addition to that, attention is how we create things. It's how we collaborate with other people. It's how we lead other people. For example, seeing the good in someone and calling it out requires attention. It requires you to see them. It requires you to see the nuances, the things in them that that lift you up, that excite you, and reflecting it back to them. And so it's so many things, but attention also makes things meaningful. It's things around what we care about and what we give our time to and our presence to. This is what becomes valuable, the things that we put our attention on. So, of course, the attention economy wants to take this because there is so much value in our attention. And I hope it's a little more clear now that the attention economy isn't just taking our time, it is literally reshaping who we are. And it's reshaping things like our beliefs and how we see the world, our sense of ourselves, our authenticity. And so, yes, we're often told that attention is kind of like a brain function, but it's so much more than that. It is the lens through which we experience being human beings, and it's being stolen from us, and it's continually being stolen from us. The good news is that while our attention's been stolen and fragmented, it can be restored. It is not something that is completely lost. We can reclaim this. We can get this back. And yeah, some of the things we've been told is like, well, yes, again, meditate more, delete your apps. This can certainly help. And I'm not saying to not do those things, but they miss the bigger picture. It is so much more about reconnecting with what attention can bring you, the feelings that it can bring you, the connection that it can bring to yourself, to your life, to the people in your lives. And so this being so impactful to me, I put together a simple framework around this, which you can use to, one, to understand attention a little bit more, but also that you can use to reclaim some of your attention. And I won't go into everything here. I'll close out by saying this. It's not about taking things away from you. It's about inviting you toward what is possible when your attention is yours again. So I created a guide about this. It tells you in detail a little bit more about attention. I created a training, which I did live, which you can also view to get a little bit more detail about what attention is and why it's so important. And additionally, in the download, there is a full framework, but additionally, a 7-day challenge guide, which you can use to become more aware of where your attention is, and also how you can practice and take small steps to reclaim it. The link is in the description. You can grab it for free. I would love to know if you do grab it, what shifts, if anything. I think if you do go through it, things will shift. They absolutely did for me. And if any of this resonated with you, subscribe, because this is one of the things we do at Conscious Ground, and we continually go deeper on these topics. Thanks so much for watching.